Remzi Kulen, a lawyer from New York City, an immigration specialist, is back, and he is talking immigration this morning and the path to citizenship. Good morning, Remzi. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good morning. Nice seeing you again.
This is a topic of interest to our audience and people all over the world because America is a great place to come and live and build a life. What's your first step?
The first step is to get a green card, which is commonly referred as a green card, lawful permanent residence. You have to be a lawful permanent resident for 5 years. And if you're married to a U.S. citizen, then you have to be a lawful permanent resident, a green card holder for 3 years. And at the end of the 5-year or 3-year period, if you have a physical residence of half of that time, then you're eligible to apply for naturalization. This is, of course, not counting the babies who were born here. If there's a baby who was born in the United States, he or she is a U.S. citizen directly. But other than that, you have to go through the green card process first, and once you have the green card, 5-year, 3-year, and half of it stay here, you can apply for the naturalization. There's other requirements. You have to be the resident of the state you are applying for the last 3 months. You have to be a person of good moral character. We don't want bad guys.
Exactly.
So those are the basic steps. And also, you have to take 2 tests, which one is the English test, the other one is the civics test.
Now, I've got a question. Is it easier to emigrate rather, to certain states in the United States other than other states? For example, is it easier to become a citizen if you go to Maine as opposed to New York City, which has a lot of immigrants?
No, because it's a federal law.
Okay.
To become a U.S. citizen, you have to follow the federal law. Everywhere, it's the same process. It's regulated by the USCIS, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. The only difference would be in some states, they have a backlog on the cases,
right.
Like let's say New York, New Jersey, California. And in some states, for example,
you can walk right up to the counter.
It's not like that, but it's going to take a much shorter period of time.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that might be a good idea, a good strategy. I would imagine also a good strategy, having a girlfriend who went through the process not all that long ago, is to have a lawyer guide you through it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
because
definitely.
You want to get to the head of the line.
Well, it's sometimes people think that it's not a complicated process, but some people think that tax returns are not complicated either. But I always hire an accountant to do that, so it's better if you have an attorney who tells you what to do and who guides you through the process.
There's an adage, he who represents himself represents a fool. So
Okay.
People need to keep that in mind, because if you can afford an attorney, get an attorney when you're dealing with the law. Tell us about military service. Does that help? Is that a pathway?
Yes, U.S. government actually encourages U.S. military service men and women to apply for the naturalization. For the U.S. soldiers, it's the time frame from 5 years is reduced to 1 year, and if you are in the service as a lawful permanent resident, as a green card holder for 1 year, then you can apply for naturalization. So that's a great thing, and it doesn't have to be active duty; it can be reserve duty as well.
Are the embassies of help at all in this process? For example, the Turkish embassy in New York?
Not really, because in the naturalization application, you really need to provide some kind of forms and some kind of proof that you are living here for the required period of time. So basically, that's an application filed with the United States Immigration, Citizenship and Immigration Services.
How do people get in touch with you if they want your services?
I have a website, kulenlaw.com.
Already?
And if they search my name in Google, they can find
Remzi Kulen is the name. Joining us here this morning with lots of tips about becoming a citizen of the United States, a goal that a lot of people want to achieve. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Logan.